Paul Heyman attack on WWE SmackDown breaks record. It's a crisp Friday night, and WWE SmackDown is buzzing with anticipation. The WWE Universe has gathered for what's promised to be a historic episode. The show kicks off with the usual fireworks and fanfare, but there's a different energy in the air. Rumors have been swirling that Roman Reigns and his special counsel Paul Heyman have something major planned. No one knows what it is, but everyone's eyes are glued to their screens, waiting for the biggest twist in recent memory. The night progresses with matches featuring the likes of Rey Mysterio, Charlotte Flair, and the Street Profits, all putting on stellar performances. Yet there's a sense that something much bigger is lurking just out of sight. Even Michael Cole and Corey Graves, the commentary team, hint that something monumental is brewing. As the main event looms closer, the anticipation reaches its peak. Roman Reigns is scheduled to address the WWE Universe, and everyone is on the edge of their seats, waiting to hear from the tribal chief. Little do they know, Paul Heyman has something far more sinister in mind, a plan that will not only send shockwaves through SmackDown, but will go down in WWE history. The arena lights dim as Roman Reigns' theme song, The Head of the Table, plays, and the crowd erupts with a mix of cheers and boos. Roman walks out, flanked by Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso, with Paul Heyman trailing behind, clutching the microphone as if it's a weapon. The tribal chief enters the ring with his trademark arrogance, basking in the adulation of his loyal followers while ignoring the boos of those who want to see him fall. Roman raises his hand, silencing the crowd, and Paul Heyman begins his address. With a smirk, he declares that tonight marks a turning point for WWE, a night when the bloodline asserts its dominance not just over the ring, but over the entire landscape of WWE. As he speaks, his tone becomes more menacing, hinting that the WWE Universe isn't ready for what's about to happen. Suddenly, Heyman points to the Titantron, and the screen flickers to life, showing chaotic scenes backstage. It's pandemonium as masked men in black attack WWE superstars, officials, and crew members. Chairs fly, tables break, and the backstage area is engulfed in mayhem. The camera focuses on well-known faces like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and Bianca Belair, all ambushed and left lying in a heap. The attackers move with ruthless precision, systematically taking out anyone who could pose a threat to the bloodline. The commentary team is in shock, their voices barely able to keep up with the carnage unfolding before their eyes. "Who are these people? What is going on?" screams Michael Cole as the crowd watches in stunned silence. As the chaos backstage escalates, the masked men start making their way toward the ring. They stand at the base of the entrance ramp, surrounding Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. The tension in the air is palpable. The WWE Universe is on the edge of their seats, unsure whether these men are there to challenge or join the bloodline. Then, in a moment that will be replayed for years to come, Paul Heyman orders them to remove their masks. One by one, they reveal their identities, and the WWE Universe gasps in shock as familiar faces emerge. Bronson Reed, Tommaso Ciampa, and even a returning Big E, each of these superstars is a force in their own right, and now, under the cunning guidance of Paul Heyman, they have joined the bloodline's ranks. Heyman, with a devilish grin, proclaims that these men are the new disciples of the bloodline, handpicked to ensure Roman Reigns' reign remains undisputed. He calls them the shield bearers, soldiers loyal to the tribal chief, bound by a single purpose: to crush anyone who dares to defy Roman's rule. This new alliance isn't just about the bloodline, it's about creating an empire that no one can challenge. The crowd roars with a mixture of shock, betrayal, and awe. The realization hits that this isn't just a faction anymore, it's a takeover. Paul Heyman has assembled an army, and they're ready to dominate SmackDown and beyond. In the aftermath of the ambush, the WWE Universe takes to social media. their reactions causing hashtags like #BloodlineTakeover and #PaulHeymanAttacks to trend worldwide. Within hours, the segment's video on WWE's official YouTube channel hits record-breaking numbers, becoming the most watched clip in SmackDown history. The show itself achieves a milestone, drawing the highest TV ratings WWE SmackDown has seen in over a decade. Paul Heyman's masterstroke doesn't just dominate the wrestling world, it crosses into mainstream media, with coverage from sports networks and entertainment news outlets. Everyone is talking about Paul Heyman and his ruthless coup, elevating the Bloodline storyline to legendary status. The following weeks on SmackDown are filled with chaos and rebellion as superstars seek retribution for the assault. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn form alliances with other WWE fan favorites like Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles to fight back against the Bloodline's reign of terror. Yet with the addition of Bronson Reed, Tommaso Ciampa, and Big E to their ranks, the Bloodline seems nearly unstoppable. Paul Heyman's brilliance shines through as he manipulates every move, always staying one step ahead. His calculated strategies push the Bloodline's new members into key matches, ensuring they dominate the roster and claim more gold for the faction. The WWE locker room is divided, with some superstars contemplating joining the powerhouse faction to avoid being targeted. Roman Reigns, now more powerful than ever, carries the WWE Universal Championship with an iron grip. He smugly declares himself the true king of WWE, and thanks to Paul Heyman's machinations, it's difficult for anyone to argue otherwise. The message is clear. The Bloodline isn't just about family. It's about power, dominance, and absolute control. Paul Heyman's attack on WWE SmackDown becomes more than just a storyline. It becomes a legendary moment that defines an era. Critics and fans alike praise the segment as one of the most brilliantly executed coups in WWE history. Heyman's transformation from the cunning mouthpiece to the mastermind of a hostile takeover cements his legacy as one of the greatest strategists in the business. The WWE Universe is left with burning questions. Who can stop the Bloodline now? Will Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, or perhaps even a surprise challenger rise to the occasion and bring justice to SmackDown? Or has Paul Heyman truly built an empire that will rule WWE unchallenged? One thing is certain, SmackDown will never be the same, and the shockwaves of Paul Heyman's attack will ripple through WWE for years to come. Paul Heyman's attack on SmackDown was not just a moment, it was a declaration of war on the entire WWE roster. By assembling a new generation of superstars into the Bloodline, Heyman has orchestrated one of the most shocking and record-breaking segments in SmackDown history. His genius not only elevated Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, but also changed the power dynamics of WWE, setting the stage for epic battles, rivalries, and alliances that will define the future of the company.